friends, I'm Love, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to add speech recognition and text to speech in your Android Studio project. So firstly we'll select a new Android Studio project. We can call it text to speech but it will also have voice recognition. This one I'm just calling it text to speech for now. So what we have to do is first we'll have to set some permissions in the Android manifest. So till when this is done, I'll come back. So guys, it has been done. So firstly what we do is go to Android manifest, and now we have to add two very important permissions. Firstly, uses permission internet, because for the voice recognition it requires internet connection to actually recognize your voice. And the other one is of record audio, because you need the user to allow you to record the audio so that the voice recognition will work. Speech recognition will work. So now what we have to do is we'll have to start with the design. So firstly, insert and edit text on top over here, and then center align it, and here in the hint of this write enter any text, and then give this some ID as text input. So now we are done with the edit text. So now what we need to do is we need to add a button, and over here, and it should be centered, and give it a height as well, and give it an upper constraint as well. And now you can name this button as get voice, and then add a text view over here, center align it, give it a constraint, and then make its width full, and then make sure it has no text. Change the text view to text inputted. And firstly we are just gonna do the text to speech one. After that we'll go on with the voice recognition one. So now text inputted, you can set its size. So text size, make it 24, and maybe give a color as well. I guess this color is fine. And then just to check how it looks, it's best to just write something, and then yeah, that's fine. And if we want, we can also center, gravity center. And now if we check the text, yeah, it worked. It's looking better now. So now we are done with the design for now. So let's go to the main activity and then like get all of these and initialize them. So firstly, text input is an edit text. So edit text input, then button get voice, and then text view text inputted, and now we have to like initialize them. So text input is equal to find view by id or .id text input. Then we have to get the get voice as id or .id get voice, and then text inputted, and now we do find view by id or .id text inputted. So we have done initializing the variable. Now we have to set up the text to speech. So firstly we have to like get the text to speech object and then set one up. Then what we have to do is text to speech is equal to, so text to speech is equal to new text to speech, and then firstly we'll have to give the context. So get application context and then new text to speech dot on init listener. Now add the semicolon there, and then what we have to do is we have to check if the status like the status of text to speech is not in an error, so is not equal to text to speech dot error. And then what we have to do is we have to set text to speech dot set language, and then here we'll have to like select a locale. Wait, not this. Locale. So what we have to do is locale and then dot, and then we have a lot of languages here, but for now we'll just select English. So what this does is it firstly initializes the text to speech object which we created here, and then it initializes in the current class which is main activity.java. It checks whether there is no error, and then it just sets the language of the text to speech to English. If you want, we can make it also French, or we can make it Hindi or stuff like that. No, not Hindi. Hindi is not available, but we can make it English, French, and many other languages. And now the final part is just going to like, now that we have everything set up, now all we need to do is when the get the voice button is clicked, we need to get the voice as well. So what we have to do here is we need to do the text to speech. So we need to make it speak. So dot speak, and then firstly the text. So the text is gonna be text input dot get text dot toString. Then the queue mode is text to speech dot queue flush, which is 0 while queue add is 1, and then string which you want, string utrans id we don't need any, so we can just add null. And then also we have this text inputted thing, so we need to do text inputted dot set text text input dot get text dot toString, And now let's run this application. So what is gonna happen is, in the beginning we'll just like have to click a button, and then we have to enter the text, and then when we click the button, actually one thing what we should do is we should make sure the text input is not empty like here, so or else there'll be an error which might occur. So text input dot get text dot to string dot is empty, then toast dot make text please enter your text, and then if it's not empty, then you can continue with this. So yeah, let's rerun it. So we are waiting for it to apply to changes, and now hello. If you could hear that, and if it hurt your ears, I apologize for that. And now what we have to do is, now the text to speech is working, so now it's time for the speech recognition part. So let's get on to that now. So first we need to go to the activity.main, and all we need to add here is an image button like there, and then we can set it to so firstly what we need to do is we need to like create the mic on and mic off buttons. So let's go to resources, drawable, and then new vector asset, and then in clip art here click mic, and then this is gonna be mic. So next, and then finish, and then we also need a mic off button, so we can do new vector asset, and this time off, no, let's do mic and mic off, next, and then finish. So what we'll need is the image button over like here, and then it's gonna be first on mic off. I should probably increase its size to like 150 dp, 50 dp, and then 150 dp, and then we can center, and then so this mic is there, and then we'll set it to mic. So that's all we need to do in the design. So what will happen is that when you click this button, then the mic will change its photograph, and then it'll become the mic on button, and then when you click it again, it will become a mic off button, and whatever text you get, it will be put over here. So firstly what we need to do is speech recognizer. So we need to initialize a new speech recognizer object, and then we'll need to also add an integer which is gonna be mic, and then it's 0. So 0 is equal to mic off, so that means when it's 0 then the mic is on, and 1 is equal to mic on. We are just initializing it ourselves. And now the next step is we need to go here, like in the on create only, if context compact dot check self permission. So we're going to check if this record audio permission is granted or not. So dot check self permission manifest dot permission dot record audio is not equal to manifest dot permission dot is not equal to package is not equal to package manager dot permission granted. Why is there an error here? Oh wait, I forgot to give the context first. So if the user has not granted the permission of record audio, what we need to do is we need to make the user to give the permission of recording the audio. So to do that, what we have to do, activity compact dot request permissions, and then first activity this, and then permissions. What we can do is, like, if you have multiple permissions, it is best to use a string array, new, plus in this you need a string array of permissions. So manifest dot permission dot record audio, and then request code, you can keep it as 1. This number, it doesn't really matter, but then you need to remember which number you used here though. So now we have done the permission check thing. So now after this we need to make sure the permissions are granted, like there's on request permission result. So here, like, it will check if the permission, like, this will like make a text come out which will ask you to grant the permission using this function. So what you need to do is, so we need to check first if the request code is equal to 1. Then we need to check, then we need to do, after we get the request code, we need to check whether the grant results, the 01 is equal to package manager dot permission granted. So the permission is granted, and then we add a toast which will be which we can just write permission granted. And then if it's not granted, then what we can do is just copy this and then give them a toast that your permission is denied. And then if it's denied, then it'll like redo this part, and then it will give the request code. So now the next step is, now that the permissions has all been set up, now we can start off with our speech recognizers. So speech recognizer dot speech recognizer is equal to speech recognizer dot create speech recognizer, and then we need to just enter the context, which is this, and then we'll have an intent which we can call as speech intent, and then this is equal to a new intent, intent dot recognizer intent dot action recognize speech. And now even the speech intent is set up. Now all that's left is like to set this button to work, so we have to initialize this as well. So image button, and then it's a mic. So we need like microphone, we'll call it microphone, and then microphone is equal to find view by id r.id.mic. So now what we have to do is set the on click listener. So microphone dot set on click listener, new on click listener. And here what we need to do is, if mic is equal to 0, that means the mic was off. We need to firstly change the mic to mic on. So microphone dot set image drawable, and then here we'll have to do r.drawable dot IC mic. Set image resource as r.drawable.mic on. Then what we need to do is speech recognizer dot start listening, and here we need to give us recognizer intent, which is speech intent. And then finally we have to set mic is equal to 1, so that means the mic is on. And then the next thing is we need to check else if mic is equal to 1, that means the mic is on. So that means we can just copy these 3 lines. So this will be mic off, this will just be stop listening, and then here we'll set it to 0. So firstly, what is happening in this button? So in this button we first check this integer which we had set up here. Remember, 0 is mic off, 1 is mic on. So if it's equal to 0, then we need to set it to the mic on image. Speech recognizer will start listening, and then mic is equal to 1. And then the microphone, if it is already 1, that means you are already listening and you want it to stop. So this will make it stop, and then the mic will come back to 0. So we are almost done with this. The last step is left, which is to give the text which you got, which the speech recognizer got, and then put it in this text inputted thing. And here we need to do speech recognizer dot set recognition listener, new recognition listener. And here most of these we don't need right now. The only one which we need to use right now is this on results one, which gives you the results. So firstly what we need to do is take the results into an array list of strings. So let's call it data is equal to results dot get string array list speech recognizer dot results recognition. So you might be thinking, why do we need to change this results into an array list? So the reason is because it's in a bundle, and in a bundle you will not be able to put it into a text view very easily. So if you just convert it into an array list, then you can easily put it by just doing what was the name of the text view, text inputted. So we'll just do text inputted dot set text, data.get0, which is the first object in our data class, in our data array list. And that's it. So the app is done. So this app will not work on your emulator, because on the emulator, like the mic, it just doesn't work on it. Like it will not allow you to use the mic on the emulator. So to do this, we need to use a real phone. So guys, I hope you liked my video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.